All right, everybody, we're here today with Virginia, one of the graduates of my program and in functional medicine, and she's going to share with you her story a little bit today. So, Virginia, can you tell us a little bit about what specific measurable outcome did you get from this program?
Diana saved my life 2 times. I didn't expect anything because my issue was constipation and I had licked it. I was taking Triphala every day, heard about it on the radio. It's an Ayurvedic, and that's just like prunes in a capsule. And I took it every day religiously, and then one day it didn't work. Nothing worked. And I was in severe pain. I panicked about going to call the paramedics because of COVID. It had just begun as an issue, and Diana was there for me. Diana just took me through so many different ways of dealing with the problem, and I didn't have to take any kind of cathartic or pills or anything that was unnatural. She gave me a regimen that I followed, and I got well, and I'm still well, and I still don't take anything unnatural. So I'm just happy as a clam.
So, Virginia, do you want to share a little bit more about what you say your life was saved? What do you want to share about that?
Well, I was in so much pain that I was lying on the bathroom floor praying that I didn't have to call the paramedics, because I certainly didn't want to go to the ER in April. That was just a bad time last year. And we didn't know anything about COVID. We didn't know anything about the virus and how it was going to be contagious or carried from one person to another. And it was just deemed very, very dangerous. And I had 2 friends that had similar situations. One died, and the other one has a colostomy. And I knew about those 2 situations, and I didn't know what I was facing.
And what about the other time?
So, the other time was this year. Diana had taught us to listen to our body whispers. I have a wonderful doctor, medical doctor. He's an internist in town, very well respected. And I told him some issues, and he scheduled me for CAT scans. And the night of the CAT scan, he called me with news that I needed surgery. And he scheduled me with a surgeon, and she was a delightful person. I had a lovely meeting with her. She said that there was not a problem because mass in the thoracic region, I had my thymus, it was rarely cancerous. And I said, well, my doctor has been treating me for 25 years at least, and he said it has to come out. I heard something. And she said, okay, we'll take it out. And we scheduled it for November 30th, the first time that she had opening. And it turned out to be I had a 9-centimeter cancerous mass in the thymus. And so now I don't have a thymus and I don't have cancer, and it's was totally contained. It's slow growing, non-invasive, no genetic component to it. And I don't have any worries. I brought it to Diana as a concern. You know, do I investigate this further? And she had every knowledge and every way of calming any concern that I had. And that's the case with Diana. Anytime we bring any kind of issue to her, she either solves it or takes us through the situation. And we're very confident and very well taken care of.
Thank you, Virginia. So do you want to tell everybody a little bit what your situation was like before you started my program?
Oh, I was healthy. I was healthy and strong. But I went to Diana's program video and I must have heard something. I think it was Grace, that I needed to follow this program. I had two parents that had dementia and I took care of them before they died. I went and rescued them from the East Coast. My sister was teaching chemistry at the time, and she was not able to take care of them anymore or give them the full care that they needed. So I brought them here from the East Coast, had no concern about the altitude or what I was doing. I just knew I had to do it. And I almost lost my mind as well as my health. But they got rehabilitated and got ready for the next world. And I never have regretted that. So when my dad broke his hip and he was in the nursing home recuperating and getting therapy, brought my mom in to visit him. She said, "Don't ever put me in a place like this." And but she was 90 years old and she had dementia and she couldn't be responsible for anything that she said. But I put that question to my Lord, well, what hope do I have? And the answer was, yep, if it happened to you. And if it does, there will be somebody to take care of you. So I said, okay, I can live with that. I have to. But now I find out that I have a choice. I don't have to live with that. I can do something about it. I can improve my mental health, my physical health, my spiritual health. I can do something for myself. And that is my responsibility. And that is real new to me. I've been told that before, but somehow it didn't click because I never made the list. I never made the list of who I was going to take care of. It was always somebody else and it didn't include me. And that was okay. You know, I was along for the ride. And as far as being a healthy person, I consider myself healthy. I grew up on a Mediterranean diet. My parents were children of Italian immigrants. And we had great big plates of vegetables as our first dish, and lots of fruits and vegetables, lots of olive oil, lots of pasta, as well as bread. And those were the things that were my undoing. And I didn't know it until I had my situation and Diana took me off gluten, sugar, and dairy. And now I'm free. I don't take any kind of medication for my brain, and I don't take any more trifella. So I'm healthier than I've been in those respects.
So, Virginia, you talked about how you were just really healthy when you started this program and you still felt like you needed to come here. What has improved in your health since you did the program?
Well, I thought I knew something. And now I find out I didn't. But I'm learning. I'm always learning. And Diana is a wonderful, fantastic teacher. She takes us wherever we're at. She gives us what we need, not what she would like us to have all the time, because she has such a wealth of knowledge and so many resources. She can't just bombard us with everything that she knows. It would take a lifetime. So she takes us as fast as we can go, or as fast as we need to go or want to go, encouraging, supporting, never pulling, never dragging, and we get better. I still think it was a gift, just a grace that got me into the program in the first place, because I consider myself a healthy person. And I thought I knew something. And I'm beginning to learn something instead.
So let me ask you this. What was one of the first things I told you that would be good for you to do in the program, and how'd you feel about that?
Oh, you took me off dairy, and my doctor had suggested that I not partake in dairy some years ago, because my husband had gotten sick. Uh, he was diagnosed with leukemia. It was a very, very stressful situation for me, and I blew up. My abdomen was so distended. I looked like I was very pregnant, and my doctor suggested that maybe getting off dairy would help, and Diana convinced me.
So let me ask you what was different with my program as far as convincing you to make some dietary changes versus, I mean, you're a very smart person. People have talked to you about this before. What was different about my program in doing the changes?
It was holistic. It was get healthy. It was not let's fix a problem, but let's get healthy. Let's improve your health. Let's live to the full. It was a life-giving program, life-giving in every aspect, not just physical, but spiritual, mental, emotional, all the aspects all at once, and not being bombarded. Just a little bit, baby steps, whatever we could tolerate as we went along. And that was very encouraging, very, very supporting.
So do you want to give any other take-home messages for anybody who might be thinking about doing my program or making some big changes in their health? Anything that you want to share with them about your experience and what you think they might want to hear?
Yes, we don't know what we don't know, number one. There's a wealth of knowledge, understanding, life-giving support that you've never experienced anyplace else. You might have good doctors, as I do. He has time for me. He calls me after appointments. Diana gave me one of, not a suggestion, but a real part of my program to get better was to drink 2 gallons of water a day. Well, I wasn't about to schedule 2 gallons over the day when I could drink 16 ounces at one time and really mess up my sodium level. My doctor called me every so often and had me tested for my low sodium. I did it to myself. And now he has me on salt pills. Diana does not take you off any kind of prescription that a doctor will prescribe for you. Doesn't mess with that. And she knows my doctor, and he has a reputation that is very well esteemed in town. And she has that kind of esteem for him too. So it's an approach that includes everything that you could possibly think of that would give you health, that would promote well-being. And I thoroughly encourage anybody who has had any kind of symptoms, any kind of problems with health or well-being, that this is a place where you can be supported, you can be helped, you can be nourished, you can get better.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Virginia. I appreciate your time today. Thank you for sharing with everybody.
Oh, my pleasure. I just burst at the seams sometimes. I'm so excited.